Join me today for a solo truck camping adventure during a surprise October snowstorm. We'll drive down snow-covered forest trails, find a beautiful lakeside campsite, and attempt to stay warm on a cold winter night. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Today is Halloween and we are in Central Oregon. The weather has been weird today. It's been raining, which it almost never does out here. Temperatures overall have been starting to get a lot colder, and this might be the first camping trip I've been on in a while where it actually might be a little bit cold. Guys, it is actually starting to snow out here. This is the first snow of the season, which is why I'm so excited. Seems like we skipped straight from summer through fall and right into winter. I was definitely not expecting snow up here. This is sweet though, I'm excited. No way, it is actually snowing. I gotta put on some different shoes. This is insane. Definitely have been looking forward to some winter weather. It looks like it's arrived a little bit earlier than we were expecting.
Going out on the east side, where I lived months ago. Going out to a feeling that I don't know. Running around in circles.
Alright, well we just made it to, I think, the lake. We're gonna walk over here now and take a look. This is already one potential spot where we could camp right here, fire pit with a view. That is not a bad area right there, although we may explore a little bit more. How cool is this, guys? Snowy winter lake. Wow, this is gorgeous. Well, I think this spot here behind me is absolutely a great option for tonight, but there are also roads going that way and that way. So before we kind of settle on this spot, I think we have to go explore. This is definitely another spot here. All right, this road gets really tight. I don't think we're gonna continue much farther. Maybe this spot. It may still be October, but it certainly doesn't feel like fall out here with weather like this. I have got to get my rain jacket on because it's already supposed to be cold tonight with all of the snow coming down. It's going to be really important to try and stay dry. The drive out here overall went pretty well. I was in two-wheel drive for the most part. Then as you guys saw, there were a couple of those kind of rocky obstacles, so I went ahead and put it in 4 high to get up and over those. I also love having that traction control switch and just being able to disable traction control from the inside of the Sequoia. I have a video on my channel actually showing the entire process of making that switch to disable traction control. It's pretty easy, pretty quick, and if you're interested, definitely go check it out. Today's location here, we're camping Lakeside on this surprisingly snowy Halloween day. Here's the view from the back of my Sequoia. A beautiful lake just right here behind me. One of my favorite parts about winter camping is just how quiet it is out here. I guarantee you in the summer months, locations like this would be absolutely packed with cars. I am going to get started on some dinner here pretty soon, but before I do that, I figured I'd just take a walk around here and go check out this lake a little more. That's the cool part about Central Oregon, guys, is you think you've explored everything and then you kind of find a new spot and you realize you have barely seen anything at all. I don't want to accidentally drop into the lake here, so I gotta be a little bit careful where I step because I do not want super wet feet. Guys, the snow is deep. What the heck? I was not expecting this much snow in October. Wow. Take a look at this. Sequoia is parked there, and here's some of the lake. Okay. We are doing this. That's very awkward. This was not a good idea. I have so much snow in my boots now. Shoot. Sometimes I don't think things through all the way. Okay, but look at this. We've made it to the other side. Ooh, pretty. There definitely is like a little island out there in the middle of the lake. I feel like this would be a really cool spot to come swimming in the summertime when it's a bit warmer. All right, let's venture back. That was a cool little expedition, but it is cold. Okay, we made it back. My plan tonight is to cook a red lentil curry, but I'm trying to decide if I actually want to try and cook dinner. I have this little shelter to try and stay dry, and without having an awning or way to kind of stay dry, it makes it kind of hard to pull the drawers out without them getting absolutely soaked. So I'm looking through my food right now and just gonna see if I have any other backup options that I could cook with all of the cutting and food prep and everything that is required, and it's snowing like this. I don't think it's going to be the best options. I usually bring a couple other easier meals as well, just in case situations like this come up. I actually have a can of lentil curry, and this might be a little bit easier than trying to make our own from scratch. I always feel like on every single trip that you go on, you always typically learn something, and right now, unfortunately, I think I'm kind of learning the limitations of this setup with the Sequoia. It's great for spring, summer, nicer weather camping, being able to cook out here with the drawers, but when it's absolutely soaking like this, I hate to see these drawers get absolutely soaked. Yes, I have coated them in polyurethane and a water protective material. Like, it is snowing so hard right now, and it is continuing to snow, and it just makes it hard. It's just not what they're built for. Another opportunity to learn. Okay, check out the snow. I'm thinking for tonight I'll pull the stove out and just cook up here, just to try and keep everything dry. Is this a bad idea to be cooking right here in the back? Could be worse, right? My plan, honestly, is to try and cook something warm, try and eat really quickly, and just get some food in me. And then, honestly, guys, like, I am just going to be hanging out in the Sequoia for a bit, get under a blanket. It's 4:20 in the afternoon right now, and I'm already talking about going to bed. Okay, water is boiling. What do we do here? Bring water to boil, stir in rice. How much do we do? That's a pretty good amount. Cook, let stand for 7 minutes. Okay, we are going to let it stand. Here we go. Pita bread. We're gonna heat this up as well. Seems I have forgotten how cold winter camping is, but do not worry, guys, because I have a plan, and that plan is to cook and eat food as fast as I can and then get in a sleeping bag. And that is, I think, what I love so much about winter camping. When you're out here in the snow and it's cold and the conditions just are not great, it just makes you appreciate the little things so much more. It just makes me so grateful to have a sleeping bag, to have warm food, to have a blanket and pillows and a place to warm up and dry off. That is one of the coolest parts about winter camping, is just some of those lessons and reminders that it gives you. Well, it's not fancy, but I got some food. It's nice and warm, and I am just going to use these as dishes, because doing dishes when you're snow camping, guys, not fun at all. When it's so cold outside, as soon as you take your food off of any type of heating source, it cools off so fast. So if you want to continue to eat warm food, you almost got to eat directly from the pot. It looks pretty ridiculous though, I do admit. It has just not stopped snowing, guys. All right, let's check the weather, shall we? All right, 24 degrees. That's why it feels so cold out here. I really do not want to do dishes right now. I know it'll feel good to get everything cleaned up. We gotta do it. I still have not found a better way to do dishes than just using this. This is the reality of camping in an SUV when you can't afford a $300,000 van. Don't mind me, just out here in the 25-degree snowy weather, scrubbing a fork. All right, we did it. All the dishes are cleaned up. Oh my gosh, it's cold, but it's so pretty. Oh, wow. Alright guys, I'm curious, so I'm filming this here. It's snowing really hard. I'm curious what it's going to look like in the morning. Take a look Not much snow on the Sequoia. We'll see if that changes. Well, there's a blanket, but here's my sleeping bag. It's a sleeping bag from REI. It's a 10-degree sleeping bag, and I've used this thing a lot. The sleeping bag, the 10-degree bag, is my main way of staying warm. Oh my goodness, guys, it has started snowing so hard again. Can you guys tell behind me? This is October. It is Halloween. This is crazy. It does not do this in Oregon. I'm gonna try and warm up here. I gotta take my jacket off because it's so wet. Oh my goodness, when I tell you guys I am cold. The other thing I should mention here as part of my winter camping setup is this thing here. If you don't know what this is called a Mr. Buddy heater, or Buddy heater, one of the two. But it's a propane heater. It runs on propane, and it helps a ton for winter camping. So that just reminded me though, in case I do use this tonight, I need to make sure I have my carbon monoxide detector. As hard as it is in the winter, another thing you always gotta do when you're camping is just roll down the windows a little bit. I usually do the back window too. And if you really want your feet to stay warm when you're camping in the colder weather, pick up a set of these. I'll link them in my Amazon store. They are pretty much like puffy or down jacket slippers. These things are amazing. I'm just trying to get everything set up here before it gets too dark so that I'm ready for the night. I got a lot of propane. I got some extra layers out and ready too. It feels really weird to be in my sleeping bag and pretty much all ready for bed at 6 p.m. But I think this is just the reality of winter camping. It's been a great summer, and I've gotten used to being able to hang out outside 8, 9 p.m. sunsets, having so much daylight, having time to just enjoy a sunset, sit by the river. It's very different camping this time of year. And I guess honestly I've just kind of forgotten what it's like. Well, I don't know if this is a good sign, but it's about 7 o'clock and I am turning on the heater because it is so cold in here. I gotta warm up a little bit even with the blankets. Hopefully it doesn't get too much colder because we have a long night ahead of us. Heat. Oh my gosh, guys, I am so excited to have this thing. I'm also thinking that I need some type of light source with the days getting a lot shorter and it being darker for longer. Right now I just have my phone flashlight on while I'm filming, but I think I need some string lights or something in here to make it a little bit more cozy. As far as my plans for the rest of the night, I've got the heater going, I've got some Netflix, and just get to be inside warm. It's different, but in a way it's kind of nice to just bundle up, get all cozy, and watch a show. So it was a long night last night. It was raining so hard the entire time, and I have been starting to feel pretty sick, so that made it fun. This thing really saved me last night. I didn't even need a sleeping bag. I just slept with one blanket. So yet again, the heater was a big success. Ready? Let's do it. What I'm most curious about here is if it's going to be pretty icy. Surprisingly, it doesn't seem like it. Great camping weather we're having, eh? It's not super icy. It's just turned into like this wet, disgusting, watery snow. So everything's just kind of puddled up. This would be a really pretty spot. What am I saying? It is a really pretty spot. I just think in the summertime, it might be a little bit more enjoyable. I think my biggest accomplishment on this trip is that I made it through 4 episodes of a Netflix show that I was watching and an entire chocolate bar last night. I grew up in Portland, and this is like a Portland style rain where it just doesn't stop, and I'm not even kidding, it has been raining all night. It was really cozy here last night, and I think with a few additions, I can make it even better. Oh my gosh, see? It's like all wet and mushy. We gotta get under our cover. Oh my gosh. So I think the plan for now is to try and make my way back up the trail. We have at least a couple miles probably, and I'll be curious to see what it's like driving in this slushy mess. Hopefully it's not too slippery, and hopefully we don't run into any issues. Guys, I'm literally dripping water. Can you see this? This is insane. Started up in the snow, and it's time for an adventure back. Look how muddy everything is with this slush. These are the tracks from the Sequoia after I drive through the snow. It's this muddy mess. Just gonna continue making our way out. I am soaked. So is the Sequoia. A minor issue. It seems one of those small puddles has turned into an absolutely massive puddle now. That is like at least 2 or 3 car lengths long. I think the best option here is going to be to get some speed. We do not want to get stuck in this mud here. That would not be good. So I'm gonna back up. I put it in 4-wheel drive, and I think we gotta go with confidence on this one. But that is massive. We're gonna do it. All right, let's go. We made it. All right, guys, well, we made it out of the trail. That was quite the adventure. I am absolutely soaked, and I do not feel great, so I am going to head home, warm up, take a super hot shower, and try and rest for a bit. You guys can probably hear behind me, one of the belts on my Sequoia, I think, is just squealing so much right now. I'm not surprised. It's probably from all of that mud and stuff. But anyways, what a crazy adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is just a perfect example of the reality of truck camping compared to some of my recent videos, which have been such amazing trips where it feels like everything has gone right. The weather has been perfect. This trip has been a little bit different for sure. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Still a fun adventure to get outside and create some memories. I'm definitely going to look back on this trip and have lots of memories from this one. So if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's a great free way to help support my channel. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.